So I came to disclose certain serious issues which is going on in Indian politics right now. As I see many of you are my students right there in the law campus, and I also see a lot of benches are empty. And I know the pain of organizing these things. I greatly congratulate Akmal, all his friends. I know his name and his name right now it is not coming. And all the dignitaries on the dais and all who came here. I know many people who may not do anything other than listening Facebook, using Facebook or WhatsApp, but they will not come to an event as such, because this is how we are facing a serious problem in this country. Amalgamating the potential youth is a tedious business. And why I am congratulating these youngsters, because they took something, whether it may be a political drive or it may be a humanitarian drive, they did it, I congratulate it. And what you are going to get out of me, in which way I am going to assist you is that politics is a struggle for power. Okay. I came here basically for a reason. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Any injustice in any degree. Any injustice in any degree, maybe small like large, that doesn't matter. But injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So we need to, reveal what is justice as of now. And I came here to share something with you regarding the current political trends. See friends, politics is a struggle for power. Whether you are going for local councillor election, or unit district election, or bar council election, in all cases, MLA election, MP election, not only between Congress and BJP. Inside Congress, inside BJP, there will be power conflict. Inside Congress, there will be some people who will drag the one's leg without him knowing it. So in all the course, politics is a struggle for power. So in Indian politics, currently this power is in some people's hand, which is not threat to, we can't eliminate that is the only threat to minority, whether it may be a linguistic minority like Tamil or religious minorities like Muslim, but that power which is now existing in the few hands of the political elites of the present elites, that power is a threat to the basic democratic rights. This country's democratic foundations are under threat. This country's democratic foundations are under threat. So you need to know what that power is. Because you see, Najib is missing for 3 years. Almost 3 years, right?
Yes, exactly.
3 years, right? And now the former Home Minister has been arrested. Former Home Minister P. Chidambaram has been arrested. He is the Finance Minister for being presented 10 budgets and monumental budgets. In that 3 are monumental budgets which made a big structural reform in the economy. And then he is the Home Minister, the most powerful personality and the authority. He himself, many CBI officers and the Intelligence Bureau officers, when they heard the name of P. Chidambaram, they stood, their spine will erect. That kind of a minister, now he is under, he's been arrested, but not under the procedure established by law. I'm not advocating for Congress. It may be Congress, it may be Muslim League, it may be DMK, it may be an individual person, it may be Najib, it may be Kanaya Kumar, whether individual person or political party, whether a big tall leader or a student or a woman or a child. In this country, there were no procedure established by law. There is no respect for law. So the present power is not allowing judiciary, is not allowing all investigation agency to go in terms of law. This is the first time that this country is facing this crisis. This country is facing this crisis. So who is holding the power? The power, now the political power is being pulled up by the forces which came from Hindutva movement. In this country, 4 major movements are there. One is Indian National Movement, the movement which fought for freedom. Indian National Movement, and there are political phases of Indian National Movement. Many Muslims are there, many Congress leaders are there, many Islamic leaders are there in that movement. The other movement is, right at the time of Indian National Movement, the other movement is Dravidian movement. Dravidian movement is an antithesis to the very own Indian National Movement at a certain point, but Dravidian movement is a movement for social justice. And third movement is Dalit movement. Dalit movement, it's been organized by B.R. Ambedkar, and even before Ambedkar, that movement got initiated by Jyotirao Phule, and in Tamil Nadu, the Dravidian movement themselves reformed. And that Dalit movement, of late, after 40 years, through Mayavati, the Dalit movement is capturing power in UP. The Dalits are capturing the political power, who's been historically deprived in education, who's been historically deprived in social respect. Those people are capturing the political power in Uttar Pradesh. And the fourth movement is the important movement, Hindutva movement. Indian National Movement, Dravidian movement, Dalit movement, Hindutva movement. This Hindutva movement was like a senile. I don't want to call it as a snake or somewhat. This Hindutva movement, you will not study that movement, because that movement is not one day movement like Indian National Movement. Indian National Movement is the product of the Britishers. We struggled against the British, Muslims, Hindus. Hindu itself, the word came very long. All Indians, we fought against the British, and we became Indian. We became Indian in some extent, and the Indian National Movement built up. Dravidian movement, it is a very different type. Today I will come directly, because explaining I don't have time, I guess. Now, the Hindutva movement absolved Indian National Movement. Now, the nationalism that they are defining, they never accepted the national anthem, because it was written in Bengali. They never respected our national flag. That movement never respected the national flag. Till 2000, they didn't hoist a national flag. And they never had any respect for the constitution. They themselves told this constitution has been, read after, how many errors are there? There are 395 errors. All are in the constitution are errors. So this movement, this Hindutva movement, they absolved the Indian National Movement. Now nobody is fantasizing freedom struggle. If you type Nehru's name, all you are getting in the internet are worst kind of comments. Derogatory comments. If Gandhi, again a propaganda against Gandhi. Today youth are not so much inspired about Gandhi, Nehru. They have been collapsed it. Hindutva movement successfully absorbed the Indian National Movement. And then Dalit movements. Dalit movement, with the rise of the Hindutva movement itself, and that is a detrimental force for Dalit movement, because these Dalits were Dalits. They were under depressed caste because of the Hindutva forces. The Hindu caste system itself tells there are layers. In this country, 90% of people are Shudras, according to Hindutva system. Whether you may be Gauda, or you may be Hukaliga, or you may be any Lingayat, that doesn't consider under Hindutva forces. According to Hindu system, they don't even give you Bhagavad Gita like Rigveda in your court. They will give only Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita you can touch, but Rigveda you can't touch. You can't touch Vedas, even in courts. Those kind of forces, which made the Dalits historically suppressed for 2000 years, now what they will do for Dalits? They will not do anything for Dalits. So they absorb the Dalit movement also. The only movement that they are still struggling is Dravidian movement. The Dravidian movement, I am standing in Karnataka. Dravidian movement has its own, relations with Karnataka, because the movement was, the very face of movement was Periyar. And Periyar he is from Karnataka. He is a Kannadigan.
We are Dravidians. We are proudly Dravidians.
He is from Karnataka, but he don't know Kannada. He know only Tamil. He know only, that was, Periyar himself told that. Periyar himself told that, why still this movement is not able to absorb by the Hindutva forces, by the absolute brutal majority in the parliament, by their big propaganda machinery, by their, billions of dollars spending inside the Indian elections, why they were not able to absorb the politics? Of course, nobody is there to defend Tamil Nadu now. The movement is defending. The movement is defending. The movement is defending itself. So that's why, my friends, my message to you is this, very simple. In this country, we are not united here as a religious minority. We never united here for the sake of, protecting only some people. I hope and I know you are here for a better future for this nation. You are here to be part of building a good society. A good society which is presently under many kind of disturbances. So that I will share you some knowledge. Politics is a struggle for power. Politics is a struggle for power, no doubt about that. But what is power? Whether money is power, whether owning buildings and big material goods is power. Yes, these are powers. We don't deny that. Money is a power. And big buildings having many property are the identity of power. They are holding certain power inside it. But one power which is standing above all this. I'm not telling for the sake of the speech. I'm not telling even the sake of some, podium speech. This is scientific. This is more scientific. What I am telling you is the real knowledge. Okay. The United States is being a powerful country, not because of, all these, what we are calling, the people will tell, they are having big military, they are powerful. They are having big land, they are powerful. They are having, educated people, they are powerful. United States is powerful because people in United States, they realized knowledge is power. They will not move anything without the bit of absolute knowledge over the matter. Whether it is Middle East or East Asia or South Asia or the Rim country. Rim country means Southeast Asia, Indian Ocean, Middle East. All these countries are the Rim countries. Whether it is Far East or the Mediterranean world or the Sub-Saharan Africa or the Latin American country, whichever part of the world and whichever the politics may be, whichever the political economy may be, the American intelligence will have absolute fingertip knowledge about the present situations of those regions. And that is how they are manipulating the world. And that is where they are building their economy. And that is where United States is standing as a global power. Not just because of building arms and ammunition, where you will sell that without having the knowledge of where demand is. If there is no demand, how will you create the demand? Without having the knowledge of which region is susceptible to this kind of conflict. So the basic fact to build power is knowledge. Materials you can have, money you can have, but without knowledge you will not become powerful. You write this.
Exactly.
Okay? Without knowledge you will never exercise your power. So knowledge is power. What kind of knowledge that we need to struggle Hindutva forces? Hindutva forces, I will tell you one thing, not only today, for 2000 years, they are operating under a simple knowledge in this country. Very simple tactics. They will deprive your self-respect. I'll tell you how it has happened. There are only 3 methods for Hindutva forces. Historically they have been powerful, not today. And these 3 methods, I'll tell you a short history and then I will conclude the speech. These 3 methods, the recent victim for these 3 powers are Chhatrapati Shivaji. The very recent victim in the history. The same Hindutva forces, the present day RSS, Tatvahana Brahmanas. These Brahmanas are not, like one identical group. They have different regions. The present RSS is being controlled by few groups inside the Brahminical system. And one prominent group in that system is the Brahmins, the old Brahmins, Savarkar and all these people are belong to this Maharashtrian Marathi Brahmins. These Marathi Brahmins have their root in the Peshwa dynasty. They are the Peshwas. Who are these Peshwas? The people who got power from Chhatrapati Shivaji. Chhatrapati Shivaji is a normal man. He's a black. He's not in in his color. He's a black. Like Akmal Pasha's color or that cameraman's color. Okay. After he became a king, in India, I'm not absolute Ambedkarite. I haven't read Ambedkar, but I have a deep respect for Ambedkar. Deep respect for Ambedkar. I also, in this situation, I want to tell you something. First, Chhatrapati Shivaji, I will tell you. He became the king. He's not a Brahmin, he's not a Kshatriya. So after he won the Marathi region, he asked, because all these people, they want this Brahminical ceremonies. We never came out of our self-respect. Yes, I got this power, I am the king. That mentality will not be there. You need someone to tell you and someone to recognize you. So that he is asking all the Brahmins to do ceremony. Upanayana. Yeah. Upanayana and all other Sanskrit words.
Satyanarayana pujas.
Yeah, some ceremonies. Ceremonies. Yeah, like Saptangas. Why Chhatrapati Shivaji is having this thing now? Why his mind is not able to, be a king without the Brahmins' recognition? Today, in the classrooms, if you are speaking about Ambedkar, that Ambedkar went to United States and he got, very, reputed degree of DSc, and he gone back to London School of Economics from Columbia University, and where he obtained, all this. See, Ambedkar's first paper is Problem of Rupee. His professor, his name is John Dewey. John Dewey, his paper is The Problem of Justice. John Dewey is a professor of John Rawls also. John Rawls and Rawlsian theory of justice is the present concordial theory of justice and jurisprudence, all of them. With that kind of man, if you are telling his name in the classrooms, immediately you will get a prejudice. This man must be an SC. So, even if you are not a SC, even if you are a Gauda, even if you are a Lingayat, which way you will identify he is a Lingayat? With color? So many Lingayats are in black color. Which way you will identify he may be a Gauda? It's not possible. If he is white also, there is a problem. In so many Dalits are whites in India. They were in in some very good complexion. So you will never find a person by seeing his appearance in India. So if you are talking Ambedkar in classrooms, you are undergoing a personal challenge to say there are two kinds of, you yourself imagine. Sometimes all of you, when you are, you will not get this point while I am speaking. You just speak something merit about Ambedkar with someone who is an intro, like you have a recent intro. Without a prejudice, if they are speaking, even if you are a Muslim, they will think he may be a converted Muslim.
Yes.
He may be a converted Muslim, or his father may be a converted Muslim, maybe married a good Muslim woman, and he may be a son of that. This thinking gentleman, we are all laughing. This thinking gentleman, this is the power of RSS. This is the power of RSS. This is how Chhatrapati Shivaji want to prove himself as a big caste, because winning the country is not enough. Being a professor is not enough. Being earning myself is not enough. Being a reputed lawyer in Madras High Court or Karnataka High Court is not enough. To speak about Ambedkar, you should be a Brahmin. The people must know you should be a Brahmin, or otherwise you will have no chance to exclude yourself from any kind of prejudice that you may be a terrorist. That's social stigma. So we don't have that system to speak things normally. This is what happened in rebellion movement. When Periyar witnessed this thing, there is no self-respect in these people. Historically, Brahmin done two things to establish this factor. Till 1960, 1926, when Justice Party legislated its rules, not everyone can study. The same RSS, all its texts, Manusmriti, everything, they are telling if the Shudra is hearing the text, put the melted lead into his hair. That is in his text. That is the text they are following. Why they are killing Rohit Vimala? Why they are not concerned about Rohit Vimala? Because this is the thing, this country has been taught for 2000 years. For 2000 years, only some section has to study. Today, if you want self-respect, you need to have certain things. First is education, second is income. Without education, without income, you will not get self-respect. So in this country, education is being forbidden for long years. And today, you see, after the Hindutva forces come into power, first bill is new education policy. The very worst policy. Hereafter, no one will study like us. People will not study. They are telling it is a new normal. It is not a new normal. It is the old normal. It is the old normal where you only study. Today you are implying the same normal to us. New education policy. Second, the economy is slowly creeping. And who is affecting? Only these OBCs, SC/STs, middle and small scale industries, only the middlemen, not any. In India it is business community. Where Muslims are under threat, I am telling you, if this country is going in this pace, slowly they will ask every Muslim to give you a business. The business community will come into you. And that fight will come. That fight, historically we have seen already that fight. Historically it is a fight to get business from Muslims. So this is a very sensitive politics. Only way to overcome this is have good education. I'm a professor, so you should not confuse that. If I tell you to read and read, you should not confuse with academics. The only weapon to change anything is education. Nelson Mandela, Ambedkar. Almost every leader told that. Almost every leader told education is the only powerful weapon which can change and transform the world. Now, we are not in a position to check the education policy also. Because people in higher education and university has to decide. And those who are voicing like Najib or Rohit Vimala, imagine Rohit Vimala, that fellow has been hanged, man. He's a university scholar, he's a research fellow, he's a junior research fellow. Rahul Gandhi came. Smriti Irani told he is my child. But what happened? That's very important. he found dead. Energy went missing. And only in universities we can light the youth mind. And all universities today are in a very critical position, including JNU. This is the prominent example how JNU is running out of fear today. So I am humbly requesting every youth here. I am praying before you because I don't believe in God. I never believe in I'm not an atheist. I'm not a theist. I don't know whether there is God or whether there is no God. Okay. So I can't pray God. I pray you. I pray you to imagine yourself as a hero first. Have that self-respect, man. Have that self-respect in you. Without self-respect, nothing. That is what Periyar told us. Take your own responsibility. Try to become a leader. Leadership is not like speaking in before like in English or something else. Leadership, even for 4 people, try to be a leader. Try to lead their life. You need not be a leader for hundreds of people, 200s of people. Be a leader for the people or one person who is in need of your help. Help him. That is your leadership. Gandhi is a great leader not by commanding everyone but by serving everyone. Be a leader for 1 or 2 of your friends. That leadership is a real potential. If you develop that spirit, probably this kind of room will have full of students. And these students can change or transform Karnataka's politics, maybe the Indian politics. Again, knowledge is everything. If you work on knowledge, we can easily succeed this thing. And we will have this power. We don't need to cry, shout. If you work systematically, you will be a leader. The society will be in a good position.